Welcome to HOIA, Healthy, Organic, Inspired Asian Food and Cooking. I'm Diane Yang Kirk, and today we're going to be making healthy and delicious black rice sushi. The first is a dairy-free Philly roll. The second is a tuna and avocado roll. And the third is a vegetable roll. Let's make some sushi. So the first thing that we have to do is turn this rice into sushi rice. Now, generally speaking, if you didn't know this, in sushi rice, there's some vinegar, there's sugar, there's a little bit of salt. So instead of actually mixing that together itself, we're gonna shortcut and cheat a little bit today. So we're gonna start with an organic seasoned vinegar. So this already has all those ingredients mixed into it. We're gonna add 1/8 of a cup to 3 cups of black glutinous rice. There's a little bit of a technique in infusing the seasoned rice vinegar with the black rice. What it looks like is this. Pour it on, a C, and then you're gonna slice it. And the reason why you want to do that is so that you keep the rice fluffy, C, and slice, slice, slice. There we go. When you're making white rice, usually you are steaming 1 part white rice with 1 part water. When you're making black rice, you want to add a little bit more water, say 1.5 to almost double, not exactly double, but almost double the part, because the rice is harder and it will break down when you add more water to it, and just let it steam just a little bit longer. You want it to be fluffy, you want it to be a little sticky, so you need a little extra water. You have to make sure your knives are sharp. We're gonna prep our vegetables now. Taking the ends off the asparagus, so all of it is tender. Next, for our vegetable roll, I'm gonna do some beautiful slices of this red bell pepper. Slice it down the middle. Just gonna take out the bits we don't want. Tap out any extra seeds. Some nice long slices. I always cut my peppers from the inside out because outside here it gets a little slippery and your knife can slide. Not good. The cucumber. I'm gonna take the ends off the cucumber, slice it in half. And these are English or Persian cucumbers. They're very crispy and very cool. We're gonna actually take out the center just because it's a little less firm. It has a little bit more juice. We want it to be really crispy next to the rice and the fish. We're gonna slice this in half. We're going to also slice it again into thin, beautiful slices. I've only ever found vegan cream cheese in a tub, so if I want to work with it in a way that makes it really easy to put into the sushi roll, then I find that in a similar way to piping when you are making some frosting or anything like that, by putting it into a plastic bag and then squeezing out of the end, it makes it a lot easier. So my vegan cream cheese is been out of the refrigerator just for a little bit, just so that it's a little bit softer. You don't want to leave it in the refrigerator for too long. I'm going to take the top off of the Ziploc. Okay. I roll over back. And then we go. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator until I'm ready to use it at this point. But when I'm ready to use it, I'm going to snip off the end. But don't do it before you put it in the refrigerator because it might leak. I have a fillet of sushi grade salmon as well as some sushi grade tuna. Don't just get frozen tuna, don't get frozen salmon. Make sure when you go and see your butcher, what's the seafood butcher called? Fishmonger? The local fisherman? Your seafood guy. When you go see him or her, make sure you ask for sashimi grade fish. I'm just going to slice this in half, so I have 2 pieces. And the reason why I'm slicing it in half is so that I can have a nice strip that's about the size of what we're gonna use in our sushi. You're going against the grain. If you see how the grain is going one way, you want to make sure you go and make an X the other way. So this first piece here, I'm just going to slice off because that's not really long enough. We're just going to slice it. Yum. All right, so once again, against the grain, but I'm going to slice it in half. Oh, this is beautiful. The grain is this way, so I'm going to go opposite, cross. I'm going to take off this edge, this corner, and I'm going to slice. We're about to start rolling our sushi. When you have the seaweed paper, there is a shiny side and also a rough side. You want to make sure that the shiny side is down because the rough side is what the rice will stick to. So if you remember rough and rice, maybe that'll help. I don't know, that helps me. The square of seaweed is a little bit too large, so we're going to cut it. There's some perforations. There are some perforations on the seaweed which you can cut along. Because I'm doing 4 ingredients, I'm gonna need a little bit extra seaweed. So I'm gonna make sure that my seaweed is not the full square, but a little bit shorter. So I have plenty of space, but not too much seaweed. We have a damp towel right over here for us to clean our knives on in between cuts. First thing you want to do is have a little bit of warm water on the side, and the water also should have a little bit of rice wine vinegar, and we're just going to have a little bit of a hand wash. And that's so that my hands don't stick to the sticky rice. It's about the size of my palm. We're using black rice today instead of the regular white sticky rice that you'll see at a Japanese restaurant very often because it is healthier for you. And I'm gonna leave the top about an inch or so without sushi rice. All right, let's start building. Asparagus, yum. With the avocado, I'll use a butter knife, and after I have my avocado, just do some nice slices. And I love avocado, so I will not skimp on that. Next, I'm gonna pipe my vegan cream cheese. I had cut a hole off the bottom of the bag, and it makes it very easy to have my cream cheese rather than pulling it out of the tub and trying to throw it on. My salmon. Doesn't that look great? It's time to roll. With the help of the bamboo mat underneath, I'm just going to bring this up and around. And once this top hits the bottom over here, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a squeeze. And then I bring the bamboo back and I finish rolling, and we do that one more time. So we have a beautifully rolled roll. You want to make sure your knife is damp. I'm going to cut this in half and flip it around. If you want thicker sushi, we'll cut it into thirds, thinner, maybe into quarters, but I'm gonna make it nice and thick. We're gonna do thirds. There we go. You can see the salmon and the avocado, the cream cheese, and the black rice. On to the tuna avocado roll. I've decided to add a couple of extra things to it just to snazz it up a little bit. Some cucumber and some masago for color. My hands are wet. And we've got our rice. There are extra antioxidants and vitamins in the black glutinous rice. And also, this rice is known to not have amylase, which will help you keep your insulin levels down and won't spike your blood sugar, all kinds of really great things. Beautiful tuna and some masago. Masago always pops in my mouth, and I feel like I will get a masago pop in my mouth hours after I've had sushi. And that avocado. Once again, we're gonna roll. Take the seaweed paper and bring it over so that it touches. And And once that happens, use the mat and give it a little bit of a squeeze. So it touches. And then another little squeeze. And just so we're sure that the seaweed sticks, I'm gonna add just a little bit of moisture. Our rice isn't warm anymore, which helps to release some moisture so that the roll sticks. So, there we go. Roll back, roll. And our tuna avocado roll has now turned into a tuna cucumber avocado masago roll. I don't know what that's called, but it's good. Make sure our knife is wet in half. So we have 2 out of our 3 rolls done. If you're making a vegetable roll and there's someone who doesn't like fish, make sure you clean your knife and also get a new towel. I don't clean my hands. Vegetable rolls are great. They're kind of guilt-free, don't you think? Some delicious cucumber. Because it's a veggie roll, I'm gonna make sure that there's a little extra. I love the red bell pepper in a vegetable roll because it reminds me of salmon. And then some avocado. If you want, you could always add some carrot, whatever vegetable you want. Just wrap it up. Rub it up. Just so it's not completely guiltless, just a little bit of extra indulgence. My favorite, vegan cream cheese. Ah, so excited. We're gonna go for that roll one more time. I'm gonna touch, make sure it's all in there. Nice squeeze. And then roll it again. And squeeze. Okay, it's not sticking. This reminds me of when I'm making dumplings. We'll do that on another episode. What figures? Okay, this is our last roll and our last cut, and after this we get to eat. And there you have it. Healthy and delicious black rice sushi made 3 ways that you can do at home. Now, a master sushi chef might not say that my technique is perfect, but in the end it tastes good. So with that I have to say, HOIA! The square of seaweed. I was like, what is it called? Make sure that they're ready for the rolls, and we will then be on a roll. That sounds so funny, you know? I don't know what I'm saying. Chop them up, get them ready for when we are doing our rolls, and we'll be on a roll. I don't know, I can't say it. We're chopping up our vegetables. If you enjoyed this episode of HOIA Food and Cooking, please like this video and share it with your friends. New videos will be going up each week on my channel, so please subscribe to see the latest delicious, healthy, organic, inspired Asian food recipes. I'd love to hear from you, so please comment below and tell me what you loved about this video, and also what dishes you'd like to see me prepare in the future. HOIA!